And the way doctors treat childhood obesity is changing after new recommendations came out earlier this month. But the decisions made by the American Academy of Pediatrics was met with some controversy, since doctors now recommend medication for kids as young as 12 and surgery for teens over the age of 13. Their research found nearly 1 in every 5 children in the U.S. is affected by obesity, meaning that their body mass index is at or above the 95th percentile for their age, height, and weight. So doctors stress surgery and medication is a last resort approach, and they still recommend eating the right food groups and limiting processed foods. Sometimes that's easier said than done. So in today's Mom Squad, we brought in dietitian from the Cleveland Clinic, Jen Hyland, to show us what our dinner plates should look like.
To start building your plate, you want to make sure that it's not like just predominantly one food group. I like to tell people, like, I don't want you eating a whole plate of just spaghetti, but I also don't want you eating just a salad for your meal. Like, you have to have multiple food groups in there. You have to get that nutrient balance.
Jen goes in depth about what to do, what foods to swap in for a healthier meal, how to handle a picky eater, what to do if your child is categorized as obese. And coming up in our next hour, we go in depth with a Cleveland Clinic doctor about these new guidelines and the controversies surrounding those decisions. You can see the entire conversation on our WKYC Plus channel. It's available on Roku and Fire TV, and if you don't have those, you can watch it on our WKYC YouTube page. And whether you have that picky eater, you have a child who is in the higher BMI index or maybe lower. Jen says she also works with parents who are concerned that their kids aren't going along the curve on the growth chart in the right direction. And so she works with them in those ways too. But 1 in 5 kids in the US, isn't that surprising?
Yeah, no, it is. The number jumped out to me when you were talking about that. I was like, wow. But the other thing too is you talked about it's not so easy. You got to really keep an eye on those foods, but it's easy just to maybe throw a can of raviolis or make a hot dog or do something that's simple and not time consuming.
That's probably part of the problem.